Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's sunny and warm here in Chicago, which if I'm a corn and soybean plant, that's a really good weather forecast. Hope everybody had a good Dad's Day yesterday. On Friday I went back to Central Illinois. The crops there look very good, and the weather outlook looks promising, at least over the next couple of weeks. When we look at the 6 to 10 day, it calls for normal to above temps, normal rains. And the 8 to 14 day actually calls for normal to above temps and normal to above rains. The only areas that people are watching kind of closes in Iowa, where the northern sections of Iowa got a little bit too much rain, and some of the eastern and southern sections of Iowa hadn't had the normal rain so far in the month of June. But if you look out in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, the maps actually show a chance of rains across most of the Midwest every 3 days. So from a weather forecast standpoint, it looks pretty favorable. Overnight, nearby beans are up, no's down, corn's up a little bit, wheat's up a little bit. It looks like the funds are trying to hold on to their long positions, at least in the nearby beans and corn, until they see maybe this week's NOPA crush data, until they see a little bit more about the weather, or until they see some of the June 30 USDA numbers, which will be an update in acres and stocks. On Friday, one private group kept U.S. corn acres unchanged from the USDA numbers, despite talk of losing acres both in the north and the south. And they raised bean acres a little bit because of just adding more beans out there in the market, because acres were available and the price is right. Are picking up a little bit of news last week that China came in and bought some summer beans from Brazil. They're continuing to look at U.S. new crop beans, and so that's given the market a little bit of support that they're back in the market. Their margins are a little bit better, and they're starting to buy beans again. On the other side of the coin, they continue to show new permits for DDGs, which could back up the DDGs here in the United States and reduce demand for corn and maybe for meal. Today we get the NOPA crush data. We'll be watching the data to see how much beans were crushed and also how much oil stocks are out there. Market has been rebounding a little bit in oil, and talk that the oil stocks may be below both last month and last year. So again, the U.S. Midwest weather looks good, and we'll see how long the funds want to stay long going into this type of favorable weather forecast. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.
You're all 780-868-75, so